esteemed executives of the Corporate Council. Most of you know me as September Bluth, former Union liaison. I feel I was remiss not to issue a formal apology to you after my terrible failure handling our situation at the refinery. Suffice to say, I understand your actions, and my recent demotion of 2 levels from my previous role has humbled me. I am deeply, deeply sorry for my failure and the failure of my assets, and I will have you know that it is my mission in life now to prove to you that I'm still worth your time and your money. In the coming days, I hope to show you this. I will show you that not only am I deserving of my previous title, but I am capable of more than just being a liaison. I can be a man with a plan, a man with ideas, a man with connections and vigor and... well, you will see. I'll show you. And if you like it, then, well, I look forward to working together in the light of my new success. Your ever faithful, ever dedicated servant, September Bluth.
Hey, welcome back to All That You Know, or Calamity Cascade, whatever we call it, it's all made up. My name is Colin, and I am the Game Master, and joining me today are Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I'm playing the Bureaucrat, Hex.
Zach.
I'm Zach, and I am playing Geist, the Ace.
Ewan.
I am Ewan. I am playing Loyal, the Empath.
And Adam.
I'm Adam. I'm playing Joseph, the Infiltrator.
So, following a fairly harrowing previous mission and equally difficult series of vignettes, let's see how you all feel about each other, about your beliefs, about your fellow pilots. Let's start with Joseph. How do you feel about your squad mates?
Are we allowed to change these now, by the way? Because, I feel like my views on these people have changed, but it's still, the same thing from the start. You know what I mean?
I think you can change them.
I don't know if I should change them right now in the moment because I have to think about it. But some of them are I don't know if Joseph thinks this anymore. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you can just say it and be like, but that might be changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then for Geist, I have 2. The original one was will continue to push himself until he looks like me. This could benefit me. And the other one was he plans to die. That's what I figured. And then for Loyal, I just have 1 here. And it was, why is a dolphin involved in a human war? He was placed, not conscripted. And then the 2 I have for Hex are, knows too much of me, and my true intentions will need to keep him from Souphead. And then boring, average, and woefully committed to the cause, the most respectable human I know.
Loyal.
My first belief is about Geist, about how he stopped viewing the enemy combatants as people, and that Hex just joined the war because he was bored with his bureaucratic job. And then for Joseph, that his new sapience has been warped by being born into war, and all he needs to do is experience love to become fully realized. And my new belief is that Joseph is scared of his potential humanity, scared of feeling feelings.
Ooh.
Geist.
So Geist's beliefs have changed a little bit. His one about Loyal was empathetic abilities might make him a liability as much as an asset. That has kind of changed just to be a little bit more emphatic, to be something along the lines of his empathetic abilities are extremely dangerous but very powerful. The guy suspects, I don't think he knows for sure, but he suspects that Loyal had something to do with the King Returned fiasco. His one about Hex, I feel like his original one was he's a pencil pusher. He's going to freeze up when facing his mortality. I feel like he now believes that Hex has the makings of a proper soldier in spite of everything, because he's seen him, he's seen him in the shit. He hasn't run away from a fight. He hasn't really hesitated to attack people.
Good soldiers follow orders, right?
I think, yeah, so I think Hex, he believes that Hex has the makings of a soldier. For Mirage, it has changed from this thing cannot be trusted, I need to watch it, to this thing's nascent humanity makes it more dangerous, and I cannot trust him.
Cool.
But he
And
does say
Hex.
him rather than it. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
Hex.
All right. Cool. All right. For Mirage, X's belief is while he is a machine and I don't know what his goals are after everything we've been through, I believe he has the squad's best interest in mind. And I changed the wording slightly on the other two to better reflect just things. So for Loyal is willing to do what it takes, but given that we're budget constrained, I doubt the efficacy of a dolphin as a pilot. And for Geist, he's a loose cannon, and as much as he is useful, I need to make sure he doesn't step out of line and do anything stupid.
Great. Thank you, everybody. It is the day after the last vignettes, after your 3 interrogations, or really 4 interrogations, if you think about it. The Peacekeeper base is as active as ever. People coming to and fro. There's kind of a buzz around the base that the Moon Devils are getting ready for some big operation. It's like semi hush hush, but like people are like talking about it because everyone likes to gossip about the Moon Devils because they're so cool.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
In other news, your friend Mahogany Cola of the Bone Pickers is up and about again, hobbling around on some less than perfect prosthetic legs. He is not as talkative as he once was, and it is still up in the air whether he'll pilot again anytime soon, but people are hoping. You have all kind of just been like thrown back into things and told by Nyla to prep your gear for an operation. So I'd like to imagine that you all meet up in the hangar. And I would like to just have a scene here because this is probably the first time you have seen each other because it's been, yesterday a lot of things happened for all of you.
Yeah,
what does everyone do? What is everyone doing?
Depends on who gets there first. Because
yeah, is this in the hangar or like wherever our frames are kept, kind of thing?
Yep.
Is Nyla here, or are we waiting for her?
She is not here.
Okay.
Loyal wants to get there early in the hopes that he can talk to Joseph about what he experienced. He's like, I gotta tell Joseph. They're after him for some reason. So he shows up there early, if that makes any difference.
I have terrible news because Geist spends almost all of his free time in this hangar, so he's definitely there first. Performing final touches.
Yeah. Joseph probably waltzes in with any equipment he has and goes about things as normal.
Wait, it would be really funny if all 3 of us except for Joseph get there first, and we're like,
yes,
extremely agitated, and it's like, where's Joseph? We're all asking each other, where is he? It's like, what do you mean, where is he? Do you have something to tell him? Like, I have something to tell him.
Where is that son of a bitch?
What happened? What do you guys know?
Where's Hex? That's what we got to know.
I mean, So are we going with Joseph already being there? I didn't know if we were switching it up.
No, you know what? Joseph is taking his time because he's preparing things right now. He's suiting up.
All right. Well, Hex walks in and guns it towards Loyal and Geist. I mean, are you guys already talking, or?
I don't think so.
Trying to figure out. I think we're only trying to figure out what the other person knows.
Yeah, Geist is like working on his frame, but he's like looking around a lot. Like he keeps looking towards the door, waiting for him to walk in.
Yeah, no. Then Hex waves Geist and Loyal over and to just immediately ask, so did you hear anything about Joseph?
Did you hear anything about Joseph?
Did you guys get roped into some fucking non-human person's black box facility for an interrogation?
Did I hear anything about Joseph? We were brought to a black site.
Yeah, well, she didn't fucking tell me not to talk about any of that shit, so, yeah.
It's our robot rogue? What? So, you guys don't have any news?
Whitecliff was lying.
What do you mean?
What?
She was lying to me. She was saying that Joseph has killed friendlies before, but that was a lie.
That was a lie. You're certain that's a lie.
How many times do I have to keep telling you humans that I'm certain that people are lying?
What about the shit about Goldhouse? Was that a lie?
That was true.
That son of a bitch. Why would she lie? What kind of head games? Fuck.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
Hex frowns. Well, did Nyla say he'd be showing up today? Hex just kind of looks around. Is Joseph's frame here?
Yeah, I mean,
Probably
yes,
sitting
it
there.
is.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'd be
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah, then Hex kind of gestures towards it. I mean, he should show up, right?
Yeah.
And with that, Joseph walks in the scene, whistling, acting as normal as he can be. No, he probably just walks in, wants to appear as normal as he can, and he sees the three of you and,
Standing together and staring.
Yeah, wondering.
We all, like,
yeah,
Anime zero in on him with a lightning bolt above our heads, where we just like
yeah.
fix him with a fiery gaze.
Joseph waves from afar and starts walking over. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Did you really just spy intro us?
Listen, I had to, okay?
So, we all got roped into something because of you. You mind giving us an update? Anything change?
You were roped into something, all three of you?
Whitecliff is suspicious of you, and she interrogated every one of us.
You three spoke to Whitecliff.
She told us about Goldhouse.
Okay. This is a little bit more sudden than I was expecting, but I assure you, whatever has happened now is being used for the advantage of the peacekeepers.
We defended your loyalty, and then Sunlit looks at the others, like, right?
I didn't speak against you. You've been a loyal friend.
What did she ask exactly?
Oh, just, if we had any doubts about your dedication to the squad.
We thought you were
She
a
also
liability.
A liability.
Yeah, Hex pauses. Yeah. She mentioned you'd killed friendlies before.
Friendlies.
She lied and said that you had killed friendlies before.
Well, I'm glad we have an empath on the team who could figure that out. No, I have never killed any friendlies in my past. I've only been used as an assassin for the enemy. Or towards the enemy.
How much do you know about Whitecliff and her motivations?
I know that she preys upon me like a hawk. I don't think there's anything I can do without her knowing. She is always behind me and doesn't seem to like me. But with these recent developments, she seems satiated. I'm surprised that you three had a run-in with her. Is Nyla supposed to be here today? Where is she?
I assume somebody's got to brief us, but look, I had a question. Because I can't get an answer to this from fucking anybody. Not from Jermaine, not from Whitecliff, not from anybody. Why do you think that you're here? Huh? Why do you think that the Soul Union has a non-human person's unit that seems to absolutely loathe and mistrust their little creations, but still sends them out into the world? None of this makes any fucking sense.
Well, simply put, I think I'm pretty good at what I do, and that's why they employed me here. I don't know if there's any other reason, but you are correct. They do seem to be a little bit worried about everything I have done here.
This is a lore question, but how uncommon is it for one, emergent personalities to just come into existence, and two, for them to be used in the military?
It's very, very uncommon for them to come into existence. But it's known about in pop culture to an extent.
So then, is that what I'm saying a lie then? Because I don't know if Joseph knows, but he's just saying what he believes. So then would Loyal know that I'm lying?
Well, I mean, if Joseph believes it, it's not a lie, is it?
I guess so.
Wouldn't that be funny if we could discern objective truths by just saying something and finding out objectively if they are correct or not?
Loyal's the top
My
tier.
God, practice.
Everything would be so easy.
And the putting emergent personalities in the military is new, but not unheard of. But it is new for this conflict, especially.
I don't know why they put me here, but I racked up many kills as an assassin before. Maybe they thought I could be useful here, and it seems like it has been going well.
Yeah, look, I'm not trying to say that you're not good, all right? You're good, but when the cost of having operatives like you in the field is a massive, black box budget and facilities that operate completely without any kind of electronics, it's just like, is the juice really worth the squeeze? There's something, it seems to me like something else is going on here, and I can't wrap my fucking head around it.
Hex is silently impressed that you're doing a cost effectiveness analysis of all this.
Yeah, Joseph puts his hand on his chin and kind of rubs it because he was convinced that he was put on here just because he was really fucking good at killing people, and that's why they conscripted him. But he's never really thought of this different angle before because he's like, well, humans are so stupid that they'll just employ me because I'm good at killing. But he didn't think of a different angle being used, and he says, this is not something even I have the full answer to, but it is something I'd like to investigate. You are right, Geist. Why am I here?
They are clearly afraid of you. They keep you in a small tank. Short leash? Is that the correct human euphemism?
I believe so.
Anyways, we should be careful going forwards.
Listen, I appreciate you all for standing up for me when speaking to Wycliffe. I know it couldn't have been easy, but I assure you, my trust is placed 100% within the Peacekeepers, and I have gone to them with the truth of everything that I've known, and I will not betray any of you. Okay?
Is that a lie?
It's like, yeah, that is the truth.
Everybody looks at, Loyal immediately.
I don't think it was a lie. I think he believes that.
Whatever my exopod equivalent of a sigh is, that comes out of Sunlith's suit. He's like, that was the truth. Stand down now, everyone. We're a team, remember?
Yeah.
All of the lights in the hangar and the lights on your frames blink on and off, not in any particular order, just randomly. That's all. And then you all get a message from Nyla.
What about, does it happen?
Is distracted.
Do I sense water vapor worlds appearing? Retribution, he's here.
Does is it all electronics? Do Geist's implants flicker? Does Loyal's exopod do a little?
Joseph blinks rapidly.
Yeah, anything that's networked actually would do that.
Shit.
And on your exopod, Loyal, sometimes when you start up your computer and a command prompt pops up for half a second and closes.
Yeah.
That happens to your exopod.
It resets the exopod to default factory settings, and Loyal can only speak Spanish for the rest of the operation.
Hola.
Me hablo español.
Aquí en la mer.
I guess, Joseph, you particularly, you feel the room shake from your perspective. And that's it. Then you all get the message from Nyla. So, can't dwell on that. It instructs Hex, Joseph, and Geist to go to the corporate tower for a briefing from September Bluth.
Not me.
Quick question, Colin.
Mm-hmm.
Did Hex lose that hard drive?
No, you still have it.
All right, then Hex, as whatever, right before we leave, I don't want to end the scene though, but Hex looks at Joseph and just says, by the way, we need to talk about something later.
Of course.
Might need your help.
Absolutely.
Geist looks at the message and reads it, and then looks back to the rest of the team. He's like, what, they're going to have us fucking doing corporate lackey bullshit again? Why isn't Loyal coming?
Yes, why are they splitting us up all of a sudden?
It might be because they want to lie to you.
Yeah, that was my thought. Loyal, see what you can find out about what the fuck's going on, about what that power flicker was. Message us. This stinks. I don't like having to do this without a formal in-person briefing.
Yeah, I'm looking around at the ceiling and the walls, being yeah, sure, I will.
Yes, I am not an empath, but I certainly felt something. So Please be careful.
I always am.
We'll be in touch. And Geist goes over to the changeling and hops in.
Yep. I go to my frame.
You wouldn't typically take your frame to another place in the city. Just
So we want to look cool, okay?
We
I mean,
don't
you
like
certainly
people.
could. I mean, but yeah, sure, whatever.
No, I mean, we can take
No.
transportation.
It doesn't really matter to me. I was just letting you know in terms of like social standards.
Stomp through the street.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive my fucking army tank
Yeah.
to the corporate building. Do we have our man Worthy here?
Yeah, Worthy's in the hangar.
Cool. I guess
We
we'll...
use Worthy.
Yeah, we'll stomp over. Guys will stomp over in the changeling and be like, "Hey, Worthy, new orders down the pipe. We need a ride."
Oh, y'all want me to drop? He's not Southern. He's from Minnesota.
That's a different campaign, Colin.
Oh, you want me to drop you on the roof? I could do that.
Is they have like a landing pad there, right? Probably for helicopters or VTOL craft or something. Yeah, sure.
Nothing this size, but he seems excited by the prospect of trying to land on that small of a target.
Well, you know what? If Bluth wants to use Soul Union peacekeepers as his lackeys, he's got to pay the fucking troll toll and reinforce his helipad after we shatter it by Halo jumping onto it.
Those guys say that?
Maybe without the
Halo's
always
in the
sunny in
universe.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Fuck it, that's not our problem. We weren't told how. I'm not leaving my frame behind, I'll tell you that.
That's smart. We should go.
Great.
Excellent. Let's
As
do it.
they're heading out, Loyal, you get a text too. It is Nyla asking you to meet her in the conference room, and that she wants to talk to you while the others go get briefed, and she assures you that they will fill you in when they get back to the hangar.
All right. Can I take a little extra time to poke around here? And let's see, pretty sure I have some kind of tech skill because I needed to operate my exopod. I'll be embarrassed if I don't.
Interface?
Yeah.
Interface is the skill for that.
Yes, I do have one dot interface. I want to just go to wherever the equivalent of the breaker is around here. I'm assuming it's a more advanced because we're in the future.
Sure, there's
And
the
interface with that. See
the multiplex
what
hub.
does happen. Yes,
Yeah.
with interface with the multiplex hub. Risky, controlled.
Yeah, controlled standard.
Nothing's happening here. Failure.
Yeah, you go to the hub and there's nothing there. But there's nothing there to the point that it doesn't even register the power fluctuations at all. It's
Well,
like
that's suspicious.
nothing happened.
I kind of expected that, so I didn't really learn anything, but it doesn't make me feel any better.
No.
I'll go see Nyla.
Also, it's worth noting, you didn't feel anything psychic. Being an empath. There was nothing psychic about what happened.
Yeah, I'd be freaking out a lot more if there was.
Yeah. You arrive at the conference room. Nyla is already there. Of course, sitting at the table, and she says, Sunlith, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. What calls me here today?
I just wanted to talk to you. And that's a lie. And then she winces at that she knows what she just did and that you can tell. And she says, it's just important you're here. And that is true.
I understand. You do not have to hide things from me.
Not that you can.
I
But that goes unsaid.
This fucking dolphin.
How have you been feeling?
have some points of relationship with Nyla, right?
Yeah, too. You guys are good friends.
We're good friends. I'll be honest-ish with Nyla. I'll tell her I may be experiencing some typical effects of wartime trauma, having been here for some time, and having experienced some of the things that have recently been happening on this planet. But I continue to be dedicated to the mission.
You know I care a lot about all of us, right? The Union, the Dusklights, all of that. That comes across, right?
Of course I do, Nyla.
Thank you, Loyal. It's really important. And have you thought at all about the coronation? The king's throne has been empty for so long.
King?
Oh, no.
Ying? Loyal? Are you okay?
Loyal, like, shakes his head in his exopod and tries to, like, very quickly look through the logs of his exopod to see if anything strange has happened in that, like, last second to account for whatever the hell's going on right now.
Yeah, the last thing she said was, I'm glad I can talk to you. This job asks so much of me sometimes. I just want people to know that all of this is for a good reason. You most of all.
Yes. I'm sorry. I appear to have had a glitch in my exopod. It's probably nothing.
Oh.
That was a lie.
Well, sorry about that. Listen, I brought some lunch, and she kind of like produces a little basket. Said, why don't we eat before everyone gets back?
Of course. Are you able to tell me why the rest of my team has been selected to meet with Mr. Bluth?
No.
I see. Should I be concerned for them at all?
I would never send you or the Dusklights into any mission that wasn't for the good of the Soul Union.
That is a very carefully worded sentence.
Yes, it is. I'll play this game with Shifgrethor. What snacks has she procured in her basket?
Shrimp chips, of course.
Hell yeah.
Some good fish. Some like fish you have to go out of your way to procure.
Wow. Loyal says, Isla, you know you don't have to go out of your way to get these from me. I have learned to gather my own ingredients on this planet, and you know that, well, Luigi is very talented at cooking seafood.
He nods at you and says, let's just have a good lunch, okay?
Loyal's
Okay.
getting very suspicious now.
I'm going to end it there. You have a good lunch. She's not very talkative. So, team, you show up at the corporate tower. It's not a long flight at all. It's like maybe 15 minutes, like including takeoff. And you Worthy expertly positions the ramp of the dropcraft like right at the edge of the tower where, heck, not too long ago, you had just done a very long walk down.
I hate this place.
X lets out a groan thinking of that last time, but is the elevator working this time?
It is. It's not designed for people to enter at the top without having gone up at first, so it does not prompt you for any access credentials.
Hell yeah.
It is also one of the few times that, that's not true. The elevator is not designed to prompt people to go down floors, only to go up floors. So it doesn't actually cause a problem for you. And you go to his office, 61-91-2. But when you arrive, you notice that his nameplate on the office has been removed. And it is dark inside and unoccupied.
There's nobody there.
There's no one in this office.
Geist immediately turns back to the rest of his team and he's like, I think we were pulled away intentionally. This is either a fucking trap for us or for Loyal. We have to get back up to the roof now.
Can we
Agreed.
do like a survey to see if anything's off?
Sure.
Let's see.
In fact,
What is-
I mean, I'll just give this to you, Hex, because of your background. Everything about this, it's as if he was fired or demoted.
Okay, so like there's still like admin staff around that like Hex can
Yeah, like there's
gesture towards.
people like doing like mail stuff. And, like if you pull one aside, they're like, oh, he's on floor 40 now.
Okay, that
The
happened.
scandal.
and Hex goes back to Geist with a smile on his face and says, "Don't worry. I don't think this is like that.
Not a trap.
No, more like a nice gift."
Ugh.
So, but like, where should we go then? I thought we were here to meet him. Oh well, let's go to the 40th floor, right? Yeah.
We were told to meet him.
They'll give you they tell you what office he's in now,
Yeah, like,
which is 40-75-9.
and like we're on 100 or whatever.
You're on 61.
All right, no, we went in the wrong elevator. Just a mistake. Do we
Yeah,
have to
let's go
walk?
down and see him.
No, as long as you're going down floors, you can take the elevator.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And you arrive at the office. It is clear, as you suspected, that he has been demoted. Not only has he been moved down the tower, but his title, which is now on a paper insert instead of an engraved one, just reads September Bluth Union Advisor 2, which is not just a 1, but 2 steps below his previous role as Union Liaison.
I like the new office.
Brutal.
You enter, I presume?
Yeah.
And it no longer has the fancy like self-scanning locks. You can just open the door.
No more whale skeleton either, I presume.
I'll tell you in a second. So his office is markedly worse. Plain carpeted floor, no conversation pit, no whalebone table. However, his Xeno spiral desk remains. Presumably, he actually owns that. And he sits behind the desk, poring over some holographic document, and as you enter, he dismisses it and straightens up from his undignified slouch.
I always prefer normal handles. Heck says, like, to his team after walking in. September.
Oh, I have to find his voice, don't I? Fuck. The front desk did not say you were checked in.
Yeah, we kind of let ourselves in.
How typical. Take a seat. And he says, gesturing to a plain plastiform couch tucked in the corner next to a wilting office plant.
All right, yeah. Geist strolls over. Geist thought this guy was a pretty big douchebag the one time that he met him, and he kind of knows that Hex. He knows that Hex doesn't like him very much, so he's kind of just like, trying to be as blasé as possible. He strolls over and flops down on the couch.
Joseph has he doesn't understand anything about what is happening. He just thinks someone was moved. So he sits down and immediately says, "It seems you've been demoted from your position. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm sure wherever they place you, you can be a great help to all of us."
God,
and he nods.
He stares at you for maybe 10 seconds. Since you are all so adept at destruction, I have a very simple job for you. A corporation not associated with the corporate count. This isn't his voice.
Antebellum.
A corporation not associated with the corporate council has decided to erect some algal extraction operations in Caldera Lake. They are directly funded by the clusterists. Well, rather, they are directly funding the clusterists, so this will have a great benefit to you and your cause. We need you to destroy their 4 extraction platforms. And he brings up a holographic diagram of the platforms, which I will actually have a... It's not very complicated, but I do have a visual aid for you. This should pop up.
Oh, sweet. There you go.
Each is about 3 kilometers apart from each other. We have no further intel on their capabilities, but expect resistance. They will likely have their own security. We do know they have an office in the Commerce District, which could have more information. Whether you decide or not to gather more information is at your discretion. Once it's done, we'll have you plant the wreckage of a clusterist frame in the area to implicate them. Regardless, it will be a solid blow to their representation.
Let me get this straight. We're being sent on a false flag, corporate-funded sabotage operation, allegedly to harm clusterist interests, and it's just so fucking convenient that the only member of our team who was unable to tell if a person is telling a lie or the truth was not invited to the briefing. Doesn't that sound a little convenient?
What do you mean?
I don't think it's worth the breath. I think I've heard everything I need to.
Very well. Well, your rules of engagement are as follows. Destroy all 4 platforms, prevent any evidence of our involvement from leaving that facility, and then plant the evidence. Likewise, you cannot mention the particulars of this operation to anyone until it is complete, especially in this building. Failure will mean no more funding from the council. Even this operation was funded using my personal equity. There's no room for failure. Do you understand?
Joseph nods. Thank you.
There's one thing I know how to do. It's blow shit up.
Nods. Always a pleasure.
You may go.
Grace leaves.
He even had to sell the whalebone.
Yeah, you are returned to your hangar to plan your next steps.
As soon as we leave, as soon as we get out of the meeting room even, I think Geist is going to try and message Loyal. Is Loyal still in with Nyla at this time, or is like their lunch over now?
That's up to you, really, Loyal.
How long did their meeting take? How long does Nyla detain me, so to speak?
I don't think it matters that much. I think there could be overlap either way, so you can choose where you are.
Yeah, I don't think Loyal will have stuck around with Nyla if she wasn't telling him to specifically say some pleasantries and be like, well, thank you for lunch, bye, and then go back to probably the hangar, honestly. Something ain't right there. And that's where he will get the call from Geist.
Yeah, Geist will just be like, look, we got briefed. This one's real murky. But, I don't know. We'll go over the particulars when we get back. I suspect we may have been lied to about a couple of things, and we should probably do a little digging of our own. Just a thought.
This is unsurprising. We will look into this together.
Yeah, we fly back. Actually, can we even get back up to the roof? Do we gotta, like, Shanghai somebody into giving us access or something? Because it's up.
Yeah, it probably takes a lot longer than you would hope it would. Where it's like, sorry, you got to go down to the front desk and get your guest badges, and then we need to void the guest badges, and then we need to make you a one-time access patch to go to the roof. And they're like, actually, I don't think we're going to be able to do that because it's Tuesday, and we have executives meeting up there, and there's more security, so you're just going to have to take a taxi.
Take a taxi to the fucking roof to get my $1 billion killer robot back?
No, take a taxi to the base.
Can you see why I left?
Hex, can I just shoot him?
I wish.
That would be a bad idea.
Is there any way that Worthy can scoop our frames off the roof so we don't have to come back to get them?
No, sorry. You don't get to use them in the next mission.
Damn it.
They're
Build their own.
Yes, you can remote pilot them, or they can pilot them. It's not an issue.
I forgot. I have like a super quality remote that I can use.
Yeah. I mean,
looks like an Xbox controller.
Did you fly up there, jump onto the ground with your frame, then get out of your frame like a Matryoshka doll?
I thought we jumped out of our frames onto the roof and then out of the ship onto the roof and then out of our frames.
I guess you could have done that. Sure. Yeah.
That was
okay.
If our frames just aren't there, then yeah, we can take a taxi back. That's fine. Geist, I don't think, has that kind of level of pride that he would be unwilling to, especially if it's such a short distance.
No, you get him back one way or another.
Okay,
you could have landed on the roof. It's not really important.
Okay.
Okay, you are all back together in the hangar. Support staff is there. Military, the soldiers, Gopher, all that stuff.
Yeah, Geist gives Loyal all the information that we received. Nyla was the reason that you weren't allowed to come along. Is that correct?
It was strange. It was very purposeful that I was not there.
What?
She questioned you at all?
So he definitely did lie.
There's no questioning. She gave me lunch. She said it was very important that I was with her, but I know Nyla. She was uncomfortable with the entire situation.
Sounds like we're just taking dirty money. That doesn't sound so strange to me.
The only thing I can think of that could possibly be a lie is the idea that this whole operation is clusterist funded. Everything else, we could verify pretty easily.
I mean, would Hex have working knowledge that, like, we're tight on budget?
But, like, peacekeepers?
Yeah, like, even more so lately that we would need this?
Yeah, so it was basically, like, the first mission you did for them, Lend-Lease,
it
was a failure. So you got less money than you were supposed to. And it was, like, basically the understanding that in order to sustain your current level of readiness and, like, the amount of downtime actions you get mechanically, you would need to continue to be doing these missions for them every now and then.
Guys, it's pretty simple. You're right. This is dirty, but if we want to keep doing our work, this is the price we pay.
So you're telling me that there's really good odds that we're just about to knock over one of the corporate council's competitors who aren't involved in the war at all?
Pretty much. A tale as old as time.
This is real fucking dirty.
Frames don't grow on trees.
I guess not. What were we told that we could dig up extra intel on? Was it just like the operation in general?
Yes, they have the company that does this algal extraction operation actually has a office in the Commerce District, which is not far from where you are. And he said there may be information there that you can use to help you on this operation. He can't guarantee it, but it sounds like he knows very little himself.
Well, what do you think, Hex? Do you feel like blustering in on another corporate op to try and steal secrets? I suspect this one will have less, child combatants than the last one, but
something isn't adding up here. I have no doubts that we are now fighting for money instead of for any cause. However, it's so obvious to hold me back in order to hide the lie from you. They must have known that you would come back and ask me about it, or that it would be construed this way.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they think they're getting away with.
You're right. It is too simple. I'd hope Nyla knows that we'd be able to figure this out.
Are they really getting this sloppy?
Fuck, I hope not.
I don't think
You
so.
know, I always, especially back in the old days, had this idea, that the whole bureaucracy smokescreen, the black sites and the black budgets and the non-human person divisions of, the Peacekeeper organization were all obfuscating these grand secrets, the kind of black box shit that could really change the war and turn things over. But what if they're not? What if they just have no idea? What if they're all floundering? I think that's worse.
Yes, much worse.
I think that's closer to truth. You think Bluth has any control over his situation?
But of all of us, you would know the most about my organization.
We all answer to someone, and unfortunately, we're going to have to do something unsavory here. So I'm ready to go in stealthier again. I think I learned from last time, and Joseph and I can pull it off.
That's the other thing that I don't get about all this, is that if they were trying to keep information from us, then why point us to a source of uncompromised intelligence that might contradict the lie? It can't be that simple. I don't think we should waste any more time thinking about it, not for now.
Is Nyla in the hangar?
I don't think so.
Do the Peacekeepers have an open door policy?
I mean, you could call her if you want.
I wanted to do that for my own reasons, but I'll wait to see what everyone else does. Or do we all just want to go knock on her door?
I want to ask Joseph to try to interface with the hangar matrix. To be like, hey, I tried this and failed. Maybe you'd be better at it than me. I still want to figure out what that was.
Okay, am I allowed to do that?
Redo a roll. Yes, you do it, and there's nothing there. Okay. In fact, you look at it, and the power fluctuations are perfectly registered, and everything seems normal. There's a surge in the power grid. It's reported right there, line 26.
I relay this to Loyal.
Thank you for doing this favor for me.
It's like, it makes sense how he could have missed it. It was like under a subdirectory, like the logs aren't always obvious where they are. Power surge goes into a different thing. It's hard. But you're a robot. You're smart, Joseph. Good on you.
Thanks. God.
You're welcome, son.
If we have major questions, maybe we can all go to Nyla and ask her to see what's up.
We could, but if they went through all this effort to keep Loyal out of the briefing...
Well,
Nyla won't be able to answer. She'll want to, but...
No, you're right.
I think we'd only bring her pain.
She's professional. Well...
Feels like we're getting in over our heads. Right? Yeah, I don't think we have a choice here, not for now.
Colin, question. On the hard drive, was this company, the Algae one, mentioned at all?
No,
like,
not
would Hex have seen that?
If you control F it, it's not there.
He would have.
Well, look, I got to use my suspiciously air-gapped laptop really, really fast for an undisclosed reason.
Fuck, it's corrupted still.
Is that Linux?
Can I,
Wow.
Can I text Nyla? Like a messaging instead of calling her? Just to say, can we talk? ? I send that off. and wait, hopefully, for a response. Was it red? And no response.
Just gonna leave you on red.
Typing.
Yeah.
Then you're left on red.
You get a red receipt.
God damn it.
Maybe we can find something out of their headquarters that'll shed some more light. Like before, this whole infiltration thing is in my bag, so I can't really do much besides stand back and wait unless you want me to stand there and look intimidating. So, I don't know. Your call.
No, I think we go in with that setup again. What do you think, Joseph?
That I can do.
Ready to be a briefcase again?
It's very easy. I can
No
fold it.
matter what,
quickly.
we cannot implicate the Peacekeepers Union on this, so don't get your ass caught.
So you are heading to the office of the Mixon Extraction Corporation?
Yeah. Is this?
Yeah. Do we declare our load, by the way?
Yeah. Is this like an engagement role type thing, or is this just a little side scene thing?
No, I mean,
Is it a
I'll
hybrid?
just assume your light load, all that stuff. I'm not going to do an engagement role because this isn't even the real thing, and
Sure.
it's not going to be that hard.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
it is a tiny office in the Commerce District. It's like, you think about like this little strip mall offices you would see in the world that we live in. It's like that. There's like a front desk, presumably some offices behind the desk, and there's like a bored-looking security officer sitting in the lobby. Like, you can just see that from outside through the glass windows.
Seems simple enough. So are we all outside, or is it just me and Joseph?
It's up to you.
You, Loyal and guys, do you want to hang back and be fire support, or you want to try stealthing in,
No, Geist. So
get in orb?
yeah, here's the thing, Geist. Fire support in this context is a peacekeeper frame leveling a small
That's a good point.
corporate office in the city. So I don't think, unless things get really bad, Geist probably isn't going to intervene. But I'll take a look at the pilot. Maybe he can just like be like on an adjacent. Yeah, he's just like I'll take light load. He's got like his like hitman rifle in a briefcase. He's hanging around. Yeah, I'll be back up in case something goes really wacko, but I'm hoping it won't come to that.
So what are we exactly doing right now?
So we're going in,
Infiltrating.
and we're infiltrating, and we're fucking false flagging, if I understand correctly.
You're not.
And we need to blow up
false-flagging.
4 silos or something?
There are 4 oil platforms. You are getting information on them at this office.
Can I make a sonar map?
Of the office? Yeah, if you give me a roll.
Cool.
You shatter the eardrums of the front desk person.
Ah,
Oh no.
there's a dolphin out there! Get your guns!
Okay, that's gonna be. I'm doing it with my mech, or do I even have my mech?
Maybe you're really far away.
You probably don't want to have your mech here.
That's yeah.
Can you be our dolphin in the chair? Just
Yeah, how do I get close enough
support.
to make a sonar map if it's just going to be Hex and Joseph doing this?
If you want, there can just be a side alley next to it. You just walk into the alley, put your melon against the wall.
Float into the alley and I put my melon against the wall and I survey it. Is this controlled or risky?
There are no stakes. This is just a gather information roll.
Cool.
Wow, 6.
Whoa!
That's a
Yay!
success. Here's what you know. They're behind the desk. Our offices, at the end of the hallway is a server room, which is across from the break room. And that is the entire thing. There's nothing particularly shocking. One of the office workers has a gun, like a pistol.
That's Costa's belly, baby. The railgun's coming out.
what's the ROE? In other news, the local strip mall was
Exploded.
all right. So, do you convey this to us, Loyal?
Oh yeah.
Shows up on our headsets. Bloop.
All right. Hex speaks over our comms. This feels too easy. I almost feel like we're being just sent out of the way. Anyone could have done this.
Agreed. Well, maybe I'm not answering back. I guess I can't really be put in a briefcase. I'm probably not that small, but I'm
Yeah, like, what
I
are
could be
you?
in a toolbox. A toolbox sort of makes sense. I feel like I
Okay.
can fold up into a toolbox.
You could be in a large floating toolbox.
There you go. The old toolbox trick.
And also, like, a visual question, Loyal, I always assumed you were, like, rolling around in an orb of water. What are you? So are you a floating orb of water?
Yeah, I made a 3D model of what my exopod looks like. I'll find that GIF and put it back in the chat.
You're like Grogu. All right, that's better. I like that more.
It's like a floating kind of throne, but capsule shaped, and also there's like a glass tube-ish.
Yeah, that's ADA
thing,
compliant.
and I live in it.
Oh yeah.
Hex waltzes in with his conveniently acquired construction hat, hazard vest, and clipboard, along with his floating toolbox. You know, all reliable.
Oh, reliable. Love this one.
And, well, let me read this because I took this. When you use a disguise or other form of covert misdirection, I get to add +1 to all of my action rolls. So just to confuse or deflect suspicion. So
Hell yeah.
just for this situation here.
Great.
So Hex walks in and just gets into character and says, who's in charge here?
The front desk lady speaks to you, and she says, the office manager, I guess."
All right, I'm here on behalf of the building owner. Apparently, we're out of compliance on some load-bearing walls or something, and could pose a danger. You mind if I inspect? And then the walls over there, and he kind of gestures towards like the areas around the server room.
Give me a sway. Get a +1 for your thing. Controlled standard.
You got this.
Oh, but I have bad news. I suck at sway.
It's okay.
Sway +1 controlled. All right.
Believe in you.
Come on, Hex. Are you fucking with me?
Good God.
Failure.
All right.
She says, "Oh, I absolutely. I'd love to. Can we see like some documentation of that, just so we can log it in our book?"
Of course, what am I thinking? There's no order
shit.
to this. Hex, he's prepared, and he has some fine official documents for his visit, which he hands over, and they identify him as, a liaison for the landlord of this building, and that he needs to perform this inspection.
Give me another sway roll. You can, if you would like, you can take the same roll, but now as a risky position.
This one will be a 5.
Let me see if do I bribe
You could
her?
push yourself.
Got this.
Fine. Way risky +1. All right. Partial success.
Yes, that's what I said. I said it was going to be a 5.
That's
I am
beautiful.
prophetic.
Yeah, she notes it down and says, okay, just, you're gonna have to be out in 5 minutes because we have some clients coming by. So just make it quick, please.
I'll do my best, but I think your clients would appreciate it if the building didn't fall on them.
She rolls her eyes.
All right. Hex goes over there. Idiot.
The toolbox gives you a thumbs up.
All right.
You get to wherever you want to be, outside the server room door, I presume.
Yeah, I'm ready to uncoil like
Is
a
there anyone
viper.
watching?
No, not really.
All right, then Hex gives Joseph the all clear and just starts pretending to be writing things down and inspecting.
Okay. Or how about this? You open the toolbox, and I'm using my camo, and then I crawl out, and then you put your hand in the toolbox, so it looks like you're grabbing something. That way, even on the camera, you can't see Joseph.
Beautiful.
Genius. Anyways,
and also Joseph, so you know this, we have a payday mechanic with this beneath notice ability. So when I throw off this disguise, we get initiative.
Oh. Just in case we need to beat her up,
Yeah,
the
just
front desk
letting you know.
receptionist.
If there's a bomb in there.
She's the final boss. All right. Yeah, I kind of uncoil and I look for a vent. I suppose I'm looking for a vent to get into the server room.
You don't need to. The door's unlocked.
Oh, okay. Well, then I slip inside the server room.
Sure. You are inside the server room. There's a computer in front of you. Would you like to interface with it to gather their dark secrets.
Can I search the server room first for any traps, since this is so easy?
For any new terrorist collaborators to befriend.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. And that would be survey?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, just so we're safe here. Okay, cool. I guess what happens?
A 3 and a 2. Failure. You notice that there is like the equipment here is like way too high spec for what it is. Like they have some advanced firewalls here that makes you a little, I can't tell you how you feel, but it's not impossible that they would have some countermeasures on this server in case you hacked it and messed up.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe I take some pictures with my robot face camera of these, and I'll send them to Loyal and Guy since they're hanging out, and say like pretty advanced. And I send that off to them. Question mark. And I guess I'll get to interfacing with the computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just risky standard.
Yes, that is risky standard, my friend.
Okay. Partial
success. Okay. The platforms they look like oil rigs. I'm gonna put a picture up. If you're watching and you want to know what an oil rig looks like, Google oil rig. Here you go. This is what they look like in general. There are 4 of them. They are a certain amount apart. They do have security. They have like a security personnel on site that you do find out about. I'm not going to pin down a lot of hard details, but instead of what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one preparation, which is a resource I made up to resemble things abstractly, which you can use for a free or discounted flashback regarding this operation whenever it takes place. If I said like, actually no, that gives away what won't happen. If like I said like a giant demon showed up out of a portal, you'd be like, well, I knew about the demons in this part of town, so I was ready for this and brought my demon sword.
Hunting gun.
Something like that. Yeah, just so keep that in mind, because it will be helpful.
Okay, I have some ideas already.
But there are no security systems on here that trigger. Nothing goes wrong. Just, you just get a little bit more information because you run out of time. The people start coming in and they're like, hey, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Hey, building inspector who's typing on our hard drives.
Well, Hex is outside, I presume.
We really need you to leave.
Yeah.
You guys have a restroom? Can I go before we go?
No. Yeah, they let you pee. I will. Joseph can fold back up into the toolbox. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It works out.
Yay.
All fine. They're not suspicious of you.
Exfil, get the fuck out.
Lieutenant. All right. He leaves and stole a candy bar from their snack thing on the way out.
So I assume you
throws away the
share.
wrapper.
You share with the class what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We rendezvous.
Mm-hmm. Give him everything I have.
I tell you, this didn't do anything to make me feel less suspicious about this bullshit. Why was it so easy? Why did they have such a high-end server, but nothing protecting it?
It does feel like we're walking right into something, doesn't it?
For once, I think everything is as it should be.
Leave this to be a standard mission?
It's not a clean one. I think it's just dirty because of why we're doing it, not necessarily anything else. I mean, you guys tell me. Do you think Nyla has a reason to want us off base?
The timing just feels strange after all our interrogations and keeping Loyal away.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's so simple. Why is so much thought being placed into that, it seems? Seems things have been made easier for us.
I
This might
think,
just be the simple part. I mean, they do have pretty advanced tech.
look, Hex, if you think that this is just a slightly dirty op to help the Soul Union pay the bills, then fucking fine. I'm in.
You have my support as well. I'll be
That's
there.
what I think, but it feels like you all know a little bit more than I do about bigger dynamics at play here.
I don't know
I
shit.
don't
I'm
know.
just jumping at shadows.
I just count the beans.
Let's just
I just
all be
blow shit up.
extremely careful on this one. How about that?
Yeah, right.
All right.
Caution is still warranted.
Yes.
Let's move
All
out
right.
then.
So we return to base with our ill-gotten info.
I really hate to say this because I know that it is just tempting fate on a grand scale, but I think we just gotta go. I think this is just a good old smash and grab. I think we just put some clusterous little ID badges on the shoulders of our frames and bring our little false flag baggie of crack cocaine to sprinkle on the dead bodies, and we just go blow all this shit up.
All right, and because it was close enough, I'm gonna just assume that was in character because that feels like a good briefing.
Yeah.
Yeah. In regards to that, just so you understand the rules of engagement, there can't be any evidence or witnesses.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
can't
this
there
is
be
true.
witnesses if we look like clusterous? Like, what if we just like spray paint ourselves or something? Like, what outwardly marks us as?
There's footage of
Solid
your
union.
frames fighting
Oh,
at the
oh.
refinery.
We're famous.
Wait, okay,
That's
what's
part of that consequence.
What's the personnel list here? How many people are we condemning to death?
Oh, that's a great question. Let me look up how many people work on an oil rig and then add it up.
Oh, that's small. That's not a big number.
But these are big oil rigs.
The goal is to blow them up, right? Am I crazy?
Yes, destroy them.
How are we gonna do
It's
that?
probably like
Like 100? Okay.
120 times. Well, these are big rigs, so let's say 200 times 800 people.
So yeah, we're nearly 1,000 innocent people we're condemning to death to help the Solar Union pay the bills.
They're not innocent.
Yay.
They're funding the clusterists.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fucking true. I don't know. I think Geist is getting edgy from all of this talk of conspiracies and black boxes, and he's willing to just blast in there and kill everybody, but he is willing to entertain other ideas as well. Our alternatives are we have to either kill everybody or not get seen. And both of those seem like fairly tall orders. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also
X
trying to
is
figure
very
out
much-
how. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Hex is very much in camp. Just follow orders, destroy everything. Let's not
Just kill 'em
complicate
all.
it.
Yeah, I am as well. I'm just trying to figure like how do we destroy 4 of the rigs without like we could bring our frames in, but then we're immediately going to get noticed. So then are we like going in and setting charges?
We just
Can we
kill
long
everybody.
range missile? Yeah.
Well, we can bombard it, but the easiest way would probably be to just blow up the support beams and sink it into the ocean. That'll probably kill everybody.
Would we be able to do that with like worthy ship, like from above, send missiles over?
We
I
could
don't-
declare vehicle
don't-
gear that's destruction tools.
Missiles are
Cool.
expensive. There's no way that they would authorize a missile strike, especially when we're because
Okay.
the clusterists don't have the facilities to probably launch that kind of hardware remotely unless it's off of a frame.
Gotcha.
But
Why
yeah,
is that?
we got stuff. I got a
Yeah.
railgun.
Yeah, like we could also just declare 2 destruction tools and just break it.
Yeah. We can get in there. We can use our prep to blow stuff up. There's all kinds of ways to destroying things is
That's easy.
generally, it's relatively easy.
Like to put into context the power of flashbacks in general, because I know we haven't used them a ton. You can do some really insane shit with flashbacks. When I was playing
Yeah.
one of Wyzak's games, I made it so that my character had paid off one of the people on the other side to kill another person. Like you can really do some weird shit. You could be like, well, Hex got a job on the oil platform. He falsified his documents. He
Wow.
got hired. Like you can
I'm
do
not
crazy
I'm
shit.
not abusing this enough. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I mean-
flashbacks are fucking awesome. They just cost your stress.
Yeah.
So let's get in there. We got to pick. Let's just get in.
Yes.
Let's start going. So we got to pick our approach.
Yeah, what's your method?
What's our method? I'm trying to find the fucking summary thing. Is it on
It's
the
at the bottom, right?
sheet
It's right there,
still?
planning the mission.
Yeah.
Assault, deception, social, stealth, transport, scientific.
I mean, Geist is definitely an assault kind of man. I don't know if you guys have an idea for a deception or a stealth, but
Hex can
Yeah,
always
I
get
don't
a
know.
job, and Joseph can plant explosives.
Back in old reliable. Back into the toolbox.
But
Bucks always say.
well, no, because like they'll know your frame.
yeah, and
what
then they'll
yeah.
die. Oh, but they might radio it out. Can we get a
Yeah.
haze dropped on the place?
I mean, you each have giant haze generating mechs.
Oh, our mechs can
Right.
generate haze? Is that a gear?
No, they just all have that. That's like, sorry, I should have made that clear. That's like an implicit thing every frame has.
Okay. How could we theoretically breathe one of the one of the derricks? Or is that too far of an area of effect? I just want to know if we can stop some dipshit from looking out the window and then sending a text to his friend, LOL, the peacekeepers are here, right before I fire a rocket into the window of his house. You know what I mean?
If from what you know, your one frame is enough to cover an entire platform. With
Okay,
things,
cool.
provided they are using wireless transmissions, which I guess. So here's the thing I ran into when I was prepping this, is that I didn't want to hard code all the variables of the mission to allow for more flexibility, but also some of it I kind of have to. That's something. Anyways, I don't know.
Let's just get in.
Yeah, let's just go about it and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if there's complications, it's because you rolled bad.
Yes, let's attack. I'm in for attacking. I think
what let me give you a couple things. Sure. Now I'm looking over something. So, a couple information that you might know about the area. There are megafauna in the lake. They do attack vessels, but most there's technology to repulse them. It's very easy to use. That is an option. What else might you know? Platforms 1 and 4 are obscured by the curvature of the planet from each other.
Oh, that's convenient.
These are
and I guess you would also see, they're miles apart.
Okay.
I guess also you would know that in the early mornings it is very foggy and they cannot see each other at all.
Cool. Let's attack at dawn.
We attack.
I think
do we all need to go for a different platform for the haze thing?
That's if we want to jam them all at once, but if we just jam one, they shouldn't be able to talk to each other.
Well,
I'm just wondering if they see smoke, from afar or something. You're like, oh fuck, something's happening over there. They would start to realize, right?
Yeah. Does Worthy have a submarine he can use?
How's Joseph in water?
As far as I know, you only have one submarine, and that's Sunlith's mech.
Okay.
Wait, I have a great idea. Remember, Adam, you love Red Alert, right?
I love Red Alert.
Remember the suicide dolphins, but not suicide in this case.
They have lasers on their head, okay? They have sonic beams.
Yeah, the dolphins didn't do suicide bombs.
What if Loyal just planted bombs at the bases?
I was gonna say, can Loyal convince the megafauna to attack the bases? With empathetic,
Only if
empathetic
they're-
abilities.
Ooh, angry giant squid time.
I like
Some things
this.
are easier to talk to than others.
We have a dolphin. Let's leverage it.
We could send one operator, each member of the team goes to offline their own place however they want to, but that would kind of be a nightmare to run, so maybe that's not the best. Let's just get into it. I just want to...
Choose your method.
So we're going to assault. We're going to assault one of the... We're going to go... So are we going to go everybody to one, and we're going to start with the two that are obscured?
Yeah.
I guess
so.
so.
Put her around in the fog.
Which platform are you aiming for?
Can you bring back up the... Can I see the...
It's basically south,
It's
especially north, west, east, south. South. And north and south can't see each other even on a good day.
So I guess we'll start with east. Well, we would start with east or west, the close by ones, while we have the benefit of the fog cover.
We should get into it.
Yeah,
I want to be able to finish this operation at least in this session.
Okay, let's drop down.
Okay, is the mission bold?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, one die. Is the mission exploit the target's vulnerabilities?
Yeah,
I guess so.
That's a weakness.
The weakness is that they're completely unprepared for military
they have
assault.
no idea.
Sure. Is the squad receiving external support? Not really.
Or no?
No, that he's part of your thing. Any other factors? Tier difference, -1d. So you have 1 die, 2 die, 3 die, -1 die for 2, and you have extra intel, which I'm going to take you back up to 3. So you'll have 3 dice for this mission.
Cool, let's get into it. Let's smash some shit up, boys.
Okay, who wants to be the lucky star who...
I'm gonna risk it. I'm
Do
gonna
it.
risk it because this is Geist hasn't been able to do just a no holds barred kind of thing like this in a while, and he's really excited about it, so I'm gonna do it. Oh, I think that's bad.
That's a failure.
Is that the
bad.
full failure? Okay, for context, that is the third time in a row that I have rolled a full failure on 3 dice. I did it twice in my vignette.
Colin, is
3
there like a
times
pity
in a row.
timer? Like even Hearthstone has that.
No,
Hearthstone.
sorry. No legendary card for you. So let me give you a bit of context. So it's a 10-hour flight from Brea City at the drop site. And Worthy's ship is not a very comfortable ship to fly in. It takes you up over the ice desert, which is just, it's exactly what it sounds like. I don't think I need to describe that to anyone. Then it comes back down over the mountains onto the coastal shores of Caldera Lake, which is a humongous lake which dwarfs everything around it. It takes up a huge portion of the planet's surface. Like, it is like one mega ocean, but in a lake. And even from up here, you can see the palatial estates which line the coast, where the richest citizens of Terra Brea live, or at least where their vacation homes are. Your target is farther towards the center of the lake, at least a couple of hours from the coast. Here, the water is perpetually warm because of the geothermal activity below, resulting in a wide variety of life. And the drop lights turn yellow in the cockpit, and Worthy's voice comes over the intercom and says, 10 minutes till drop, pilots, get ready. You sit there, waiting for the drop light to turn red, and, he starts crawling towards the objective. The drop light turns red, and then a large shockwave hits Worthy's craft as a flak round detonates right next to it.
It's
And
never that easy.
Surprise!
unfortunately, the releases on your frames release as a unfortunate little bug of being hit by this flak round, and you go falling down into the ocean, missing your target completely.
Oh, no.
You're in the water now, and you're kind of like, I want to say like maybe also Geist, you can fly, so you can avoid going in the water.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Can I transform and, speed up?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
And next cover, he has mobility now.
You can hover for a little bit.
Fuck, my jetpack sucks.
So that is the first part of it. There will be another part for the people in the water, but I would like to give an opportunity if guys you want to do anything. You're about like half a kilometer from platform 3 where you're trying to get, and you do see additional flak rounds hitting Worthy's ship above you. And he's pulling out, and he's telling you I gotta get out of here. Good luck. I'll be back around when it's over.
Oh, fuck. Can I try and actually grab... You said Joseph's frame was lighter. I might try and grab him and have the two of us fly to the nearest target.
I also have sharp corners. I could slam my elbow into you and hold on.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, come on.
Catching a chainsaw. Yeah, that's a maneuver.
Yes, I love to maneuver. Let's see if I can go 4 for 4 on failing 3 dice rolls. I don't think so.
That's a good one.
That's a partial. Yeah, I'll take it.
So that was desperate, just so you know. So you get an
Yes.
XP for that. Yeah, you get Joseph. So where, presuming you get Joseph, where are you taking?
You said that we were a half kilometer out from the nearest target, right? The nearest platform that we were going to jump on?
Yes. Is that where you wanted to put him? And you?
Yeah.
Presumably?
Yeah.
Okay. You grab Joseph. You fly him to the platform. As you approach the platform, you see that there is already a frame on top of it, which is this sleek, medium-sized corporate frame, all black, everything with these precision rifles. And there, you have your haze field on, so it's very broken up what you receive. But there's this message that goes on the screen that says this is a civilian operation. Please break off. We have tried to communicate with you. This is your final warning.
Cool. I want to throw Joseph at this guy.
Sure. The consequence is that he's firing at you. That was just your last chance.
Yeah.
And it's going to hit you, Geist. This is a desperate consequence, but because of the situation, I'm going to give you the level 2. Actually, I'm going to be way meaner than that, because I love to be a little bastard.
Not the Geist.
What determines that you can fly?
I assume it is my fine mobility suite.
It breaks. A perfect shot right to your motor, and it just deactivates. You can resist that, of course.
So if I resist that, I can resist one more. I have 3 quirks left, so I can resist one thing, and if I do, I can't push myself. But if I can't fly, then we can't go between the platforms anymore. Well, not without. Yes. I will. Oh, I could junk my grapple hook. That would be devastating to lose it so early, but I don't have almost any gear declared because I fixed all my old shit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Isn't
think I'm gonna-
junking to resist harm?
I thought it was to resist damage because it's like
I'm
you're
sorry, to resist damage? This isn't damage. This is me destroying a piece of your gear.
Oh, that is true. Okay. Let me read the description on boosted reactor. I will. This is hard. I'll resist it. I will resist it.
All right, spend them quirks. I've added a few clocks under the player visible clocks. It is alert sent, which I'm going to tick once. There's the note witnesses clock, and then there's match 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are the name of 4 frames that exist so far.
Yeah. So Geist is going to shout through the microphone. Joseph, can you take him out?
Joseph says, "Yeah." Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna let go of Joseph in such a way that the trajectory will send him flinging at the rifleman.
Also, I'll say this: that was a lie.
Okay, Joseph, you've been hurled at this guy.
Just threw a crumpled piece of paper at this man. It's gonna bounce right off his head.
Also, I guess I'm supposed to ask, how did you resist Geist? Like, what did that look like?
Basically, so the quirks I checked off were flexible flame and roaring fast. So I think that he just basically just by like as soon as he saw that the rifles were tracking, he put on just like a little bit of extra boost and jiggled around the flexible configuration of his mech so that the bullets ended up hitting. I will say not non-vital, but it ended up not holding his jet area.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Joseph, what are we doing?
I assumed that. So I think Geist and also me in real life assumed that Joseph had like his mech had similar capabilities to his pilot, and that if I threw him at him, he would do some crazy ninja shit. Hopefully, that was not a completely misplaced idea.
I have multiple options that I've been thinking. All of them seem impossible. But if I monkeyed onto this man's cockpit, if with my sharp corners, could I like punch through the view screen and just like kill the guy in the cockpit, or is it too strong?
Not using a weapon, like your bare hands, would be less effective than using a weapon.
Yeah.
Which you have most of your vehicle gear is undeclared, so you can, still declare a number.
I know
of
I have that laser. That's like the one thing I have. That's the other thing. I was like, should I charge up my laser as I'm flying, and then like if I land on him, I could fire the laser into his cockpit? I don't know if that's too hard.
You could even fire while flying there. This is a realm of beauty and absurdism, so...
Fire while flying through the air, that'd be sick.
Sure. I mean, it takes a little bit to power up. That's why I'm like, if I land on him, I'm going to have to power up and shoot him. But if I power up as I'm going there, if I land, I could fire right away.
That sounds like a battle.
Okay. Did I?
But you can... try for a bombard if you want. I'll give you less effect, though.
Can I assist? Can I basically just... I mean, can the action that I have declared be counted as an assist?
No, but you can spend...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
Can I spend the stress? Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Maybe I should bombard, because I have 2 in that and only 1 in battle.
But it'll be less effect. And if I assist you, then you get an extra die, so that's 2.
Okay, we could try battling.
I just think effect is important because it means we'll kill these guys' clocks faster, which I think is pretty vital right now. We need speed.
What does that do? Effect?
It means you'll fill up his clock more easily. I don't know the particulars, but it's like, for example, if you rolled a full success with normal effect, it will put more checks in the clock than it would if it was limited effect.
Okay. All right. So it's a battle roll. It is. And wait, do I need to change any of the things on, like it'll affect the dice and stuff? I need to like...
you have +1 die. It is desperate standard. That's a 1 and a 3. The worst outcome.
Well... Beep, beep, boop, bop, bop.
Well, I feel partially responsible for this one.
Okay. This whole thing, I was like, I feel like we're gonna die on this one. There's like no way we're getting out of this. And it felt like a suicide mission.
Here's what I'll do. You succeed. You pull off a exceptionally good attack. You like damage this guy. I'm gonna give him 3 ticks in his clock. Match 3 is his name. You pull off a very good attack on him. You charge your beam. It shoots him. It lops off one of his arms, so he's now one-handing this rifle of his. And you go skidding like across the deck. Weapons at the ready.
Oh no, not the megafauna, please.
Not to make fun. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'm just going to say I'm ticking the alert clock 3 more times.
Oh no.
There's 2 ticks left on this clock now until the jig is up.
Yeah.
So that's it. You don't take any damage. You did a good job.
Didn't you?
And now I'm going to switch to the other team. Hex and Loyal. You are half a kilometer out from your friends. The last thing you see is them starting to shoot before you go into the watery deep. So, Loyal, you are particularly aware of this. There's like a field that you kind of like feel. It's not too dissimilar from sonar. It's like this oscillating wave that you can kind of see like in the bubbles, just like underneath these platforms. And you are like outside of it, which is not great. And you very quickly notice the shapes, big dark shapes underneath you, like a family of something is down there. And, you know, as you get your bearings and like the bubbles that are surrounding you kind of clear away, you see this huge shelled limb, kind of like, you know, like how squids have like tentacles, like actually more like cuttlefish, how their faces are kind of tentacles.
Yes.
Imagine like that, but crustacean, like just shelled, multi-pronged, like 8 little things just like reaching for you and Hex.
Is this a real thing, or am I hallucinating again?
Hex sees it too.
Yeah,
Okay.
you hear Hex asking, "Hey, what are we doing?"
I reach out to it psychically. I like my training kicks in for dealing with the nautilids back on Europa, and
Of
I'm going
course.
to try to calm it down because it's just an animal, right?
Yeah, they're both fish.
Sure.
They gotta love each other.
That sounds like
Yeah,
it would
exactly.
be a sway.
Yep.
Desperate standard.
Okay.
Success. Thank God.
We
Look
needed,
at that.
We needed one.
Put that on the wall.
Yeah, it's upset, you know, in the classic story of environmentalism, the algae extraction has upset their breeding grounds and their eggs. And they thought that you were one of them and wanted to crush you. But now it knows that you are a friend to all fishies. And they kind of just retract and they sense your intentions. Your
Suddenly,
intentions being
I-
to murder people.
Yeah, suddenly I don't care about destroying this oil rig. I was like on the fence about it before.
yeah.
I'm like, we're doing a dirty job. This is kind of weird. But now the cuttlefish has come up to me like, wait, I remember myself. I know who I am. I'm protecting
Eco-terrorism. Yeah.
Just need to be home.
Yeah, so you are no longer in a desperate situation. You're in a cozy risky with Hex.
Yeah.
Hex, I don't know if you want to do anything or if you want Loyal to do something, but now's your time.
You know what? I didn't like. Can I just change what the mobility gear is since it didn't work for flying?
No, yeah, I mean yes, because you would have set it up in the interim anyways, so you're fine.
All right. It's just like really shitty propellers, so I'm already making my way to the platform.
Sure. Y'all be swimming. Do you want to I like the meme, Wazak. It's the king returneth, just so you know.
Oh, I fucked it up. God damn it. Oh,
You get another take on that?
unbelievable. No, I will live with my shame.
I
They're
like
so
the meme
butt
too.
jumpy.
To describe the meme for the listeners, it is
Okay.
Is this a butterfly image?
Let's not
It's,
get off track.
instead of the butterfly, it is a cuttlefish, and it says, "Is this the king returned?" Which is wrong. Shame, Wizak, shame.
It's not even funny because of that reason, which...
No, that
It's
makes it
terrible.
funnier. Keep it.
Are we back to the oil rig gamers?
I mean, Hex, unless you want to push it for a maneuver roll to see how quickly you can get there, I think you guys will get there in the next turn.
Could I be a battleship and just missile rack from this distance?
You could, except your missile rack is broken because you never fixed it.
Oh shit. Okay, then no missiles.
Oh, no.
Rip.
We'll have to use a gun.
Gotta use your bare hands.
Wait, isn't your missile rack broken?
I thought we fixed everything in between because this was.
Yeah, I thought everyone's frames got okay.
So
your
refreshing
frame-
your quirks is different than repairing junked gear is a separate expense. It doesn't
Yes.
take a downtime action, but you have to pay fun bucks to do it.
Okay, then no missiles.
No
I
fun.
mean, you have other things as well you could use.
Yeah, you
if
can
like.
declare a heavy cannon is
What?
another thing that you can declare.
But you still have this declared. It's just junked.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the sheet history then to fix that. For now, let's. How many do I have? Okay, yeah, I'll do the heavy cannon. Let's put a howitzer.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He has an idea where that first, the black corporate mech is, and he's gonna just fire it there.
Sounds a lot like a bombard. But
Ah.
if you want to try battle, you can do it with less effect.
Go for it.
Yeah, let's do battle. I'd rather.
I'm not going to tell anybody to take the less dice route anymore.
Also,
I'm not-
technically speaking, he only has one tick left. So all
Should
you
be
need to
fun.
do is one tick.
I'm not falling for it.
Yeah, so risky standard battle.
Risky standard battle, and I don't get disguise bonus because I'm disguised as a boat.
I'm not going to answer that. Partial success. Actually, it would have been risky limited, but it doesn't matter. You suffer harm, complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you end up in a desperate position. Yeah, you fire your howitzer, hits. It's pretty amazing. Joseph, you're right in front of it. It's like squaring up to shoot at you, and then a large artillery shell hits it, and it explodes.
Thank you,
Also
God.
taking out some fleeing personnel around it.
You hear over the comms? Did I get him?
You did well.
Your consequence is...
The crabs are pissed.
The crabs are not pissed.
Megafauna.
Not quite yet.
Crabs love us. We're fighting for their rights.
Yeah.
A vessel takes off from the platform. It is like a cargo craft. It looks like whatever they used to transport the algae into orbit. And there are like a bunch of people have piled into it and are just taking off towards the sky. That is your complication, is that this is a problem you have to deal with.
Ooh.
I have an
We all
idea
see
for
this?
that.
I think we
I
all
probably
see
see it. I'm
Yeah, you
right
all
there.
see it.
I was going to try and see if I could like destroy like some sort of communications equipment to maybe take a tick off of alert sent. So if Joseph, if you think that you can destroy this ship, then you can go ahead, but I know for a fact that I could.
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe using my shadow to somehow deal with it, or the alarm, but I didn't know like how I would deal with the alarm besides shooting, I don't know, like a radio tower.
If
What
you
if we did a flashback? This seems like a flashback opportunity.
Could
yes,
be.
also talking about shadow, you could spend shadow to resist the ticks I did to that clock. Like you could resist that.
No, it's okay. I guess we're already here.
Sure.
Just keep moving forward. Probably use it to stop any future issues. But yeah, because I was like, I could use shadow on the leaving aircraft. You know, the departing aircraft.
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. It's decide amongst yourselves. Like if you guys are very free in this situation. There's a reason I'm not describing a lot about these platforms.
Yeah.
If you want to be like, is there a communications tower I could see? I'd probably be like, hey, survey for it. Or, you know, shit like that.
Well, the two big things are an alert sent and these guys leaving. So we probably need to take care of those immediately. And if there is a radio tower, then we just destroy that while I take care of the fleeing craft. That sounds
Okay.
right to you guys.
Okay, so would I need to scan to find how they're planning, how they're setting out these alerts? Like, do they have some sort of communications that can pierce the haze, or?
Yes, you would need to, someone would need to scan.
I have 2 dice in scan, I will have you know, but I'm not the best at it, and I'll do it. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'm flying over, I'm looking for a target, because I know that shit has gone bad, and I know that we need to find some way that we can pull this shit back. So I'm going to try, scanning.
that's
that was snake
ones.
eyes. Come on, man.
I guess that was
can't.
risky too. Actually, I'm just going to move you into a desperate position. That you're scanning, like, the fucking cargo vessel, you know, God save its soul, someone installed aftermarket afterburners on it, and you see them kick in. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? You know, all that money is good for something. And they are getting pretty out of your range.
Oh, fuck.
Fly a little Wyzak.
I mean, I can just shoot him out of the sky with my railgun.
Do it.
Yeah, and my shadow can't do shooting. It's just athletics or
Yeah.
stealth.
Then maybe Joseph should just be the one scanning.
But
Okay.
my survey's
It's a little late
done.
for that.
I got no survey.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't take another action so soon. Can I gotta wait till I come back around in the rotation?
Yeah, because you're kind of spending your time
Yeah.
looking around for this stuff and leaving the vessel for someone else.
Yeah.
But like, we don't have to do the same order now. You guys are all here,
Yeah.
so however you want to do it, feel free.
Can am I able to use my shadow? Is it too far away now for me to use my shadow?
If
My
you
idea
think
was
of
I was
like
going to jump from the platform and grab onto it, smash its engines, and direct it into the sea, but at the base of the oil platform so I can jump back on it and no one needs to get me. Thus destroying the craft and getting back to the area.
It is pretty far. Do you want...
Can I be thrown again?
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to say. Here's what I'll say. Because it's so far away, but because I want you to do something cool, you could get there, Joseph. But not your frame. Just you.
Oh my god.
Because
I like
your frame cannot be thrown that far, but you can.
No. That's true. That is true. And we gotta deal with this. I think Joseph's toastering out of his thing and trying to get over to our Wyzak's hand. I'm gonna land in it. Just does a little somersault, and I land, and I don't even say anything. I just point over there at the fleeing craft.
Yeah, I guess, what do we want to call this?
Shadow? Or is this I have to do a roll as well?
I mean, shadow is for pushing yourself or resisting a consequence. So you can use that. Like, this will be a feat of athletics. You could definitely get it for that plus 1d.
Okay.
I guess it would be like... Is this a prowl? Is this like...
Because I'm like jumping. I'm like jumping on these people and ripping them to
shreds. It's a springboard. So, yeah I guess... Are you going to aid, Geist? You want to give that one stress?
Guys?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll give you the, I'm gonna do it. I'm giving.
Okay.
I've got...
So you get plus 1d. And then if you want to use shadow, you can get another d.
Perfect.
Alley-oop time!
Yeah. So plus 2d, risky standard on a prowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. The little arms going back. Joseph turns into a little cannonball. He hunches down. And he's ready. And we're thrown. Oh,
Yay!
it's beautiful.
3, 6, 5, and 3. Yes,
my
the
God.
Geist hurls you, and with like a little bit of mid-trajectory repositioning, so it's like a big ship.
Yeah.
And I think it's so perfect. Like, the back ramp is still open, I think. Like, as they, like, pull up. You go, like, skidding through the middle of the the middle of the cargo bay, through the cockpit door, and you just, like, ace the two pilots in the cockpit, and it just starts, like, careening back down towards the Earth. Which I guess we'll get back to you. Just remember your situation, what you'd like to do next.
It could also be funny if the ramp is up and they're all like, we got away from that, and then a robot flies
goes through
the
it.
metal wall. Yeah. Just like perpendicular flying.
Well, then I have to, confirm in fiction that Joseph is armor piercing.
Of course, he is. He's hollow point. Oh, shit.
He has a pointy hat on.
Yeah. He puts his party hat on. It's like, throw me.
Okay, Hex and Loyal, you are on the platform now. You just saw this take place. There are like people still around. There are like some soldiers who are like scrambling to get into position. What do you want to do?
How do we continue to cover this up?
Loyal, are you ready to get blood in your hands? Because it's about to get brutal.
I'm thinking about the cuttlefish.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Hex knew that no witnesses was the MO here, so he hooked up some anti-infantry defenses.
Oh, hell yes. That's what it fucking is.
So now that I'm assuming we're really close to the platform right now, right?
You are on it. You
Okay,
pop
sweet.
up out onto it.
Yeah, we pop about, and I imagine these look like little tiny, like swivel-mounted shotgun tubes on the outside of Hex's mech, but they just start locking onto any personnel running around and just blasting them like with shrapnel.
So is this a load item you are declaring?
Yes.
And infantry defense. There it is.
It's literally just like a blender for any poor bastard who's
Pretty much,
in
yeah.
range. He's about to clear the deck.
Some
No
of these
witnesses.
people, just so you know, some of these people are soldiers, and some of them are just like cowering people wearing like safety vests.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure everyone knows what's going on. Roll it. It's controlled. Controlled great.
We're on that righteous eco-crusader angle now, so we don't have to feel bad.
No, think of the squids.
Is this battle?
This is battle.
Oh, flamethrower would be cool too.
It sure would be.
All right, that's a war crime. Listen, Hex draws the line there. This is just very effective, all right?
That's what they're saying to each other in the comments.
Yeah.
That's a
You use the anti-personnel weapon for the personnel.
He's just
what
checking
you-
boxes.
How far away is Hex staying from these people when he's doing this? And I have a question about psychic abilities after we're done with Hex's attack.
I assumed this was kind of like in my head, just a Hex flips it on and it just starts. If you play Titanfall, it's like auto mech defenses. That's how I imagine it. So he's like, well, turns it on and it just starts gunning people down. But if for the narrative, Colin, you want him to have to manually be shooting everyone, we could go that route too.
No, I think it's much more appropriate for the setting that it's a machine deciding who dies.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, you turn on the kill human shaped targets toggle. And it gets to work. It's extremely efficient. This is what this thing is designed to do. There's a reason people fight in frames, and it's because when you fight a frame as a person without special training, you get killed by a robot that decides that you look too much like a human. And yeah, you do it. Like, they all die. Like, it is quick. It is gory.
Nice.
Bye.
The no witnesses clock is going to go up by 1. You have handled that.
Hell yeah.
Easy.
It ain't much. That's it.
Loyal.
Work.
How much psychic effort does it cause me and my mech to make me and my mech, or my mech specifically, look like a clusterist vehicle to people looking upon it?
That would be quite a sustained effort.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have an appropriate ability besides the broadcast?
Well, I have a psionic amplifier built into my mech. An inspiring appearance that could be many things, but probably not applied here.
I mean, like, there's probably some people around you could do it to. Like, if you want, like, I get what you're going for.
But no one is going to survive this, but I'm like, if they get, like, a communication out during this attack, could be bad for us, etc.
I'll allow it, and like in this limited scope, I would say that what you'd be rolling at would be to reduce the alert sent clock, because the real danger of the alert is not that someone knows it's under attack, it's that it's under attack by you.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Sure.
But what I would,
roll something for that.
yeah, but this is an emotional response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's probably a sway.
Sure. Let's try it. What's my position?
Controlled. Standard. That's a 6.
Nice.
You love to see it. Okay,
thank fucking
the
God.
Good.
okay, so it goes down by 2.
Yeah, I just want to like sync this whole platform.
How so?
How do oil rigs in the future sit atop the surface?
You could use that prep that we have to say that you just have a huge fucking bomb
Yeah.
and you can just slap it on the old support beam.
Mm-hmm.
Like the plan B was you dive in and you just plant it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, like, the main threat of this platform is gone. You can just say you do it, like, whether you're smashing struts or, you know, blowing it up with bombs, you know, take like a few minutes and you can do that and move on to the next platform.
Yeah, I want to say that my mech is very large. I'm actually just physically destroying the struts. Like, I don't think Loyal came into this with much destructive gear because he was like really on the fence about it. But man, those cuttlefish, he saw him and he remembered something deep inside himself that he'd forgotten.
I'm not a human, therefore I can kill them.
There you go.
Welcome to the
Yeah,
club.
Joseph,
Hey,
you
what the fuck?
are in the cockpit and the plane is, you know, it no longer has a pilot. So whatever you want that to mean.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I know what I want to do.
Oh, shit.
And
I want
just to,
So go ahead.
I was gonna say, the hangar is full of screaming people.
Okay, perfect. Oh, here's what I wanted to do.
Oh no.
I want to open the hangar doors and fly straight up and dump them into the sea.
I thought you were going to say you should crash it into one of the other rigs.
I could do that, but then I'm just going to be alone over there with probably another frame. Get owned.
That's true.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be coming
Damn.
soon.
Joseph, you brainiac, you.
So can I do that?
Just pour people out of it?
Yeah, like just because if I go in and kill them all, it makes no sense. It's like gonna take me a while. So it's like the quickest and most robot efficient way to deal with this is just to dump them because I know they'll die anyways in the sea.
I think that's going to be a roll still.
Interface with like the controls.
Yeah, if you want to maintain control of the vessel while killing them, I would say interface.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see if Joseph's crazy plan works. Uh-oh.
Failure.
I'm excited about this one, though.
Your squad mates can see your feed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yeah. There's a helmet cam.
Yeah, I assume so, because he broadcasts like everything.
Yeah. I think, like, at this point, I think you guys are all kind of just watching the plane, because you kind of, you're trying to wait to regroup. Yeah, he turns the ship backwards, and you notice that there are probably 5 or 6 full families in the back as they begin to fall out.
Oh no.
That's your so Loyal, you are going to take the level 3 harm extreme guilt as you watch 6 families, children, parents fall to their death with no way to save them.
Do the autocannons lock onto them?
Also, empathetically, Hex, I know Geist, you probably are a little bit more hardened. Hex, any feelings?
Hex doesn't like it.
Okay, cool. You take the level 1 harm guilt.
Yeah.
Doesn't like it.
Does he's just not looking, but he knows what's happening. But do the autocannons lock on? Because I think
not at this distance. They're pretty far away.
Okay, that'd be
immersive.
I don't
The
think
robot inside the autocannon is like, my biggest regret is that I do not have enough range to kill those women and children that are falling into the ocean.
a single tear leaves the process.
You were saying, Loyal?
I don't think I resist that.
Okay. I'll say this.
Okay.
Any of you can take this level 1 or level 2 harm, and you'll get a corresponding amount of XP. That'll be my temptation for you.
Is it guilt? What do I name it?
It is guilt.
All right, cool.
Level 3 is incapacitating, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, Dolphin with the drinking problem.
Uh-oh.
No, as in like they can't. Loyal won't be able to do anything without assistance.
Yeah, the mission's done though. It's already sinking into the ocean.
That's not true. You have three more platforms.
Come on, you can't get soft on the first one.
Actually, if we're being honest with the fiction, this would only be level 2 harm because of the roll. But so level 2 harm, extreme guilt.
Okay,
They
fine.
shouldn't have brought their family around clusters. All I'm saying.
And one less die effective.
And you
my job.
can resist that also, like anything else in this game. You can spend your prep for a flashback where you drink the hist sap and they look like goblins.
Finally.
Filtration.
Okay. Yes. So anyone who took guilt's harm, you get 1 XP per level. So Loyal, you get 2. Hex, you get 1. Joseph or Geist, if you want to take any, you're welcome to.
Hell no, baby. I'm cold. This doesn't even
Trauma
faze
makes
me.
me stronger.
How much XP do
that's
I
the
get?
secret. That's what I've been saying.
You get 2 XP, Loyal.
Ooh, XP. Choking on my water in real life.
I know.
Hell, if I was vicious, I might even gain stress back.